Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Going to review and talk about Loki episode 1. It's Wednesday night. The show dropped today. And I checked it out with the family and I absolutely loved it. We're going to get into a little bit of discussion about my thoughts on the show coming right up.
It's SINA. She ruckus. Dead beat, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. You ain't a killer, boy, stop. I hear you yelling stacks on deck.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Like we said, we're going to talk about Loki episode 1. I don't necessarily want to do a spoiler talk because I'm planning to do a spoiler reaction, a live reaction later on this week with my boy AD, us just talking about all the spoilers in Loki and what we're prophesizing is going to happen in the next couple of episodes. So I'm going to try to do without giving you a spoiler. But I'm not that good at that, so I'm giving you a warning. I may give a spoiler. Before we get to my thoughts on it, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like. If you want to subscribe to the Big Llama Show, hit the subscribe button. You become a member of the Llama Nation, and my videos will start appearing more and more in your feed. And if you want to know when I drop videos, hit that bell notification icon, and that'll tell you when I drop videos. All right, let's get to the discussion about Loki episode 1. First of all, I want to say this. This is an ambitious journey for Marvel. It seems like there is just huge consequences that are going to happen as a result of this show. Initially, when I saw the show and I'm watching it, and there's a point where they do like an exposition and they talk about sort of the story behind what you're watching. I thought, wow, how are they going to do this? How is this all going to make sense? And you know what I use as a barometer to figure out if the show is very, very good or complex, or if it's simple, is I sort of gauge my wife in terms of how she's seeing the show. And at the end of the show, she made the comment, if this is about time travel and they're going to be going to all these different directions, I can't do this. It's going to make my head hurt and I'm going to have to pay attention to what's going on. And so what I would say is it's a bit overwhelming, this episode, when you start to think about all of the places this episode can go. But to set up a show, to set up the start of a series, there is not a better episode 1 that I've seen in a long time. It perfectly sets the stage. What's happening? Who's the main character? Obviously it's Loki, and who they're looking for. Because that's what the big thing on this show is. Again, I don't want to get into spoilers. I'm not going to say anything about what they're doing, but they're looking for someone. And it becomes Loki teaming up with the TVA, trying to find this character. And when the reveal comes out who this character is, and they sort of give you this final big scene, it's pretty interesting, and it sort of boggles the mind. How are they going to do this? And how is that even possible? So again, the show is chewing off a lot, and there was mention of the multiverse, and there was mention of the chaos it's going to cause. So obviously we tied that into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So this show is going to directly weave right into those other ones. We did a live show on this channel, and we talked about Loki and how it will change the Marvel Universe. And we basically said that Loki brings this stuff back to the movies. It brings it. So Falcon and Winter Soldier had some exposition and filled in some of the blanks. WandaVision filled in some of the blanks, but they were more mythical and bigger, and obviously they're going to all tie in together. But Falcon and Winter Soldier was exploring social themes, and social justice and things like that. WandaVision was probably more on the mythical side. And then, what it does is it did wrap it up so that you can sort of move to the next movie. But Loki, I think, is the glue that's going to bring everything back to the movies, bring it back to how this is going to move itself forward. And we're dealing with timelines. We're dealing with the time variance authority. And we're dealing with a lot of themes and things. There's a particular scene where Loki is sort of seeing his future, and the thing I keep forgetting is that the Loki we see here, right, in this particular episode, is the Loki from the 2012 Avengers movie who escaped through the Tesseract, and that was evident in Endgame. That was right there at the end of Endgame, and this series takes off right where that leaves off, and that was the fun part. Is that if you go back and watch Endgame, you know where this point is, and what I remember watching Endgame is that it was a little ominous. It was, oh my God, where did he go? What happened to Loki? And nothing was said about it the rest of the movie, which was genius. It was in the back of my mind. I didn't really think it was a plot hole, but I thought, wow, they left that pretty wide open. And that's what opens the door for the Loki series. Now, the one true surprise is Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson, who, of Lightning McQueen fame and, many caricatures, Wedding Crashers and all these other movies. Love Owen Wilson, but he does a great performance in this. It's an understated performance. He is, sort of buddying up with Loki, and they're going to go on adventures together to try to find this mystery character. So again, in short, the first episode was great. It's a little slow, just a little, because there has to be exposition, there has to be explanations of things, and then there's some world building and story building about where you are, and the TVA area where they are is just a fantastical sort of scene. And I don't know if fantastical is an actual word or not, but so that's essentially it. I mean, the show is ambitious. The show is amazing. All the reviews are deserved. I know there was many reviews that talked about how wonderful and how awesome the first two episodes are, and I have to agree. Episode 1 definitely hooks you in. If you're a big fan of Loki, if you're a fan of the Marvel series, you definitely will not be disappointed. I recommend it for sure. I'm glad we watched it. And one thing I will say, and I first, when Disney announced that these series were going to be coming out 1 week at a time, I was pissed off. I didn't think that was right. I thought we're instant gratification society. Give us the entire series. Let me binge watch it. And what you'll find is that these series help content creators like me and other people who do breakdowns and trailer reviews have good dialogue. The show doesn't just disappear after it's been released. Because it's week to week and it's leading up to movies, there is such engagement that you can have by breaking down the show, looking at different things, and then maybe rewatching the episodes. I'm already going to rewatch this episode tomorrow and see if I can spot something I didn't spot. But who am I lying? I'll probably be watching the new Rockstars Eric Voss break down this whole episode, because why do the legwork? Let him do the work. Anyway, that's my reaction to episode 1. Absolutely loved it. You'll find, if you've watched my videos, these last couple videos, I've been a little bit down on what I'm watching. And so I'm giving you an honest and fair reaction and an honest review of the movies I watch and the series that I review. This is the first one I'm doing in the series. So we'll be back for episode 2, and I'll try to do a non-spoiler review for episode 2, and we'll also try to do a live version at the end of the week, probably on Sunday. We'll do live spoiler reviews and spoiler talk about each of the episodes coming right up. All right, well, again, that's my review of episode 1 of the Loki series. Really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, be generous, hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe, you become a member of the Llama Nation. When you do that, my videos appear on your YouTube feed a little bit more often, and when you hit that bell notification, we tell you when we post videos. Once again, I'm the Big Llama. I enjoyed Loki. I hope you did too. Peace out.
I'd never lose you, baby. You're the one I keep as my prima donna, my only ruby. You are the one for me.
Yeah, I tell her, baby, you're the one for me. Never two unless you telling me you feel it too.